You still want to know, don't you? You're still curious. I mean, I don't blame you. Here's the thing. Does it matter exactly what happened and why those girls were excluded? It's irrelevant. It happened. Done. Over. I'd rather not go into it. I mean, I appreciate your interest and concern. I really do. But you don't need to pollute your brain with that stuff. Go and, listen to a nice song instead. When you're writing a crappy book, don't continuously remind the reader of all the things they could be doing that would be infinitely better than reading your crappy book. I would love to go listen to a nice song right now, but I can't because I'm reading this crappy book, and now I've started this crappy book and I have to finish it, and I have 200 pages left. I am so tired of this. She's just so annoying. She's like, oh, I have a secret. Follow me with my anxiety, guys, and care about it, even though I'm not going to tell you anything because I'm quirky and annoying, and I hate her. I hate this book. I hate this writing. I'm 38 pages in, and I want to give this 1 star already, and I hope that changes, but I hate this. The mother in this book, it seems like she's legit mentally ill, and it's played for laughs, which is really uncomfortable because this is a book about mental illness. That is the entire premise of this book. It is about the mother. It is about, what's her name? Her name's in the title and I can't even remember it. It's about Audrey's mental illness. And her mother legit seems mentally ill. And we're supposed to laugh, haha, funny at that, but treat Audrey's mental illness as serious? You can't have it both ways. This is enraging me. I hate this book so much, and I'm 40 pages in. The father character basically doesn't exist at all. He has 0 personality. He's just the stereotypical sitting at the breakfast table, reading the newspaper, doesn't pay attention to anything. Just do whatever your mother says, guys. Literally, this is what he's saying. No, you cannot go out tonight. You're grounded, young man. I mean, stack the dishwasher. I mean, put your laundry in the right basket. Whatever your mother says. Direct quote, because he's too busy reading the newspaper or checking work on his BlackBerry to have a personality, and it's really annoying and worthless. So the brother is basically just like, hey, could you not freak out around my friend? And she's like, yeah, sure, I'll try. That's not how anxiety works. If you could just, be calm around everyone and not freak out and control it, that wouldn't be an anxiety disorder. That's not how that works. I know it's dialogue, so I'm not getting on it too much for that. But it's just what? I'm so confused. This is so annoying. I hate this. I hate reading this. I'm not even 80 pages in. I just want it to be over. I sense that he nods, although obviously I can't look at him. So how do you know he nods? That's not something you can sense. You're not just imagining. I know I'm nitpicking at this point, but it's annoying. You can't just sense that someone nods. That's the writer writing that he nodded, and oh wait, she has anxiety, she can't look at him. I'll just have her sense that he nodded. I'm a writer, I know we do this when we get lazy and tired. I'm not down for this lazy, crappy writing. I forgot to mention this earlier, but the mother literally told them she was going on a date, because it was her birthday, got all dressed up to go out on a date, and then instead of going on a date, she crawled onto the roof to spy on her son, to check to see if he was playing video games, and then the roof collapsed. And this is all played for laughs, haha, how funny. This is not normal. This is not normal behavior. You can't write a book about anxiety and, how serious mental illness is, and then have a character, there's clearly, that's not okay. There's clearly something wrong there, and then just have it played for laughs because it's never explained what's wrong. I'm the anger right now, and I can't with this book. I can't at all. I would DNF it if I was the kind of person that could DNF books, but it will bother me if I DNF it. So instead, I'm ranting a lot. If you like this book, you should probably just stop watching this right now, because it's just gonna get worse, because I'm just gonna get, like, nitpicky and awful about it. Because, like, when I don't like a book, everything that I dislike about it becomes infinitely worse, whereas if I like a book, then I'll just be like, oh, well, that was kind of dumb, but I like the book, so cool. Ugh, like, she crawled onto the roof to check to see if he was playing a video game. Please, I can't. Felix is like a caricature of a little boy. Like, he is not a 4-year-old. He is every possible darling thing a 4-year-old could say, all thrown into one person, and he doesn't actually have a personality. Like, by age 4, kids usually start to develop a personality, but he doesn't have one. He's just like whatever generic, cute misunderstanding a 4-year-old can have. That's him. And it's super annoying, and I hate him. And I hate the father, and I hate Audrey, and I hate the mother, and I don't even remember the rest of their names. It's that generic. So, Frank, who is the older brother who plays video games, has been playing video games, despite being grounded from them. And his parents just found out. And they've decided to ban him from video games for life because video games are evil. I don't understand these people and their lives, and I cannot relate to them at all because they're all completely irrational. And it's like, haha, funny, but it's not funny. It's just irrational, and like they seriously need a lot of like family therapy, because this isn't normal to just like scream at your son and spy on him and constantly belittle everything he cares about. Like, I didn't even realize this book was about that. There's nothing about video games in the description, and it's honestly, there's more time spent on that than there is the anxiety, and I don't care. Like, I can't relate to it. I don't care. I don't care about anything or anyone, and I want it to be over. This is the most like generic, stereotypical stuff ever. Like, there's the teenage son who spends all his time playing video games. There's the dad who is an accountant and works doing stuff and things and has important job things that take up all his time because he's providing for the family. And then there's the mom who's a stay-at-home mom, and her only life consists of bothering her children and going to Pilates classes and book clubs. And, like, if she has a friend, she's like, oh, well, I heard it from Susie at book club. And it's like, they don't have any personality outside of these generic stereotypes. And it's annoying because I don't care. I hate them all. Like, this is the kind of book where I'm just, like, vaguely hoping they all die in the end. But it's not the kind of book where characters are all gonna die in the end, so I'm just disappointed already. She just threw his computer out the window. Like, literally threw his computer out the window. This is not normal parenting behavior. I'm a mother. Mothers don't run away when things get tough. Camera pans to Mom's BlackBerry and focuses in on a Google search. Spa breaks for single women, no children allowed. Mom hastily covers it with her hand. That's nothing. Is that a joke? I can't tell if that's supposed to be funny because it's so not funny. Nothing in this book is funny. It's just uncomfortable or annoying or stupid and over the top, and I hate this book so much. I'm like not even 150 pages in. So now she's complaining that Frank needs a hobby. Like, he had a hobby and then you threw his computer out the window? Like, if you want him to do things in his free time, maybe don't take his hobbies and then throw them out windows. Look at that italicized winky face. Is that not the weirdest thing you've ever seen? It makes me so uncomfortable. I hate this book. She says she trusts him. Why does she trust him? This is literally 3 pages after she has an anxiety attack and he tells her to snap out of it. Like, I'm not necessarily even blaming him for that. He doesn't know how to deal with anxiety. Like, I live with that in a character because it's the character and not the story itself, and like, that's the point. But why does she trust him? Their last interaction, he told her to his exact words were, excuse me, just tell yourself to snap out of it. Like, why does she suddenly trust him? He has done nothing to make her trust him. Like, there is nothing there. Like, I can't. I'm like halfway through. Like, barely halfway through. Like, I want it to be over, guys. I don't understand why people like this book. I'm so confused at this point. I'm in so much pain. Like, I was so excited for this book, too. I thought it was gonna be great. And it's like... It's been 200 pages. And she still hasn't said what caused her mental breakdown. Like, she's still hiding it. I don't understand why. I don't understand what hiding it helps. Like, it's not a mystery story. It's not a thriller. Like, there's no suspense in that regard. It's just annoying that she's hiding it because her anxiety stems from this massive, massive trauma that she's just like throwing in your face. She's like, oh yeah, because I'm still, this all comes from that awful thing that happened in school. But I'm not going to tell you because I don't want to talk about it. And it's annoying because it's such an important thing, and she'll reference it. She'll be like, oh yeah, 3 girls were expelled for it, or like the principal was fired, or they replaced her, and the whole school is different, and people are like worried about her, and her parents called a whole meeting with the governors, and it's a huge thing. Like, she wound up in the hospital after this. And it's been 200 pages, and she won't tell you what happened, and it's the most frustrating thing, because it's hard to get invested in her story when she's refusing to tell you her story. Like, for a thriller or a mystery, I understand, because, like, the point is that you don't know, and that it's terrifying, and you're trying to figure it out and solve a puzzle. Like, I'm not trying to solve a puzzle here. I just want to get invested in her story and her health and her mental health, and it's hard when she's not telling you what's going on, and I'm so irritated. I don't care. I don't care about her. I don't care about anyone in this book. Like, they finally stopped talking about video games, which I don't know why that was a thing for as long as it was, and I'm sure in the end, like, he'll be able to play video games again, and it'll all be fine, because that's what this book is. But I'm just, I'm so tired of this. I don't understand why she won't just say what happened. Like, it's not that big of a deal. Like, whatever it is, I don't care. I really don't. I don't care. I want to know. Because, like, it helps you understand the whole situation, especially when she's just constantly throwing it in your face that it happened and it triggered everything, but you're not allowed to know what it is. You're not allowed to know, and I need to stop ranting and go finish this book. No profanity, because I'm a good person who doesn't swear on camera much. Frank can play video games again, so clearly everything is hunky-dory in this household, and everyone is happy now. Yay. So, Audrey decides she's gonna meet up with one of the girls who did whatever thing to her that has never been explained, because apparently it's unnecessary. But she's gonna meet up with one of the girls, and her boyfriend gets, like, incredibly aggressive and sort of violent with her. Like, he's yelling at her, he's hitting trees, he's telling her that she's gonna relapse, and that she can't do anything, and that, like, it's really controlling and gross, and, like, there's a difference between, like, disagreeing with your significant other and disapproving of what they do, and just, like, yelling at them and telling them that they're incapable, and it's gross. Like, he's gross. Like, this relationship is gross, and it seems incredibly unhealthy. Like, if I told a boyfriend that I was, you know, like, hey, I'm gonna meet up with this girl who bullied me, like, he's 100% allowed to disagree. But if I tell him that and he starts yelling at me about how I'm selfish and shouldn't do it and can't do it, and then he, like, starts hitting trees, like, I'm gonna feel concerned for my safety. Like, that's not healthy. I don't want to be with someone like that. Like, I can't get into this relationship because that's really gross to me. And I don't know if that's just me, but he hit a tree. Like, that's not normal. That's not healthy. That's violent, right? Like, if I was with a guy and he hit a tree because I said something that made him angry, that relationship isn't gonna last any longer, because that's scary, right? Maybe I'm alone, but, like, that's scary and gross to me in so many different ways. So apparently Audrey and Linus are fine because she apologized because he was right about everything. Apparently, which, I mean, he said she was gonna have a massive relapse, and she kind of didn't. She kind of did, but, like, it was sort of unrelated. She more had the relapse because of the fight with him than, like, the fight with him triggered more than meeting up with Izzy did. Like, I'm not saying meeting up with Izzy was great for her mental health. And, like, maybe that was the wrong choice. Like, it probably was the wrong choice. But, you know, she survived it. She freaked out because over their relationship and their fight. Like, that was the big thing, I think. To me, that's what it seemed like. I don't know. It's gross. Their relationship is gross. I don't like them. I don't like this book. So that was gross. At least it's over. Like, I don't even... It's weird because, like, I was expecting if I had issues with it, I'd have issues with the portrayal of anxiety. And I didn't really. Like, it wasn't all 100% like I was down with the representation or whatever. But in general, I thought it was fine. Like, it was the rest of the story. Like, the anxiety was fine, and everything else was just sort of, like, not. Like, I hated the writing, I hated the characters, I hated the situations. I didn't understand the whole issue with video games. Like, that didn't really have anything to do with anything. And I don't know. And then Linus was gross, their relationship was gross, and there was, like, I don't know, like, I read the reviews on Goodreads. Like, I mean, not all of them, obviously. But I was reading reviews because I got a bit of the ways in, and I was like, this is terrible. Like, I hate this. And even the negative reviews on Goodreads were like, well, it's pretty good, except for, like, a couple of things that I didn't like. And I don't understand, like, I can't be the only person who hated this book. Like, I'll probably go through and, like, specifically look for 1-star reviews, because I feel like an asshole right now, because I really, really hated this book. Like, this was probably the worst book I've read this month, and possibly this year. I mean, The Girl Who Kicked the Hornet's Nest was really bad. At least this was short. I don't know. That's a hard one to decide. But it's definitely the worst book I've read this month. I don't even know what to say. I was really looking forward to reading this too, and I'm super disappointed that I hated it as much as I did. But, I don't know. I guess, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to say. God, that was awful. That was so awful. Why do people like this book? I mean, like, I don't even mean that in, like, a smart aleck response way, but, like, if you've, so many people have read this book, like, if you've read it, can you, like, explain to me what you liked about it, and what was wrong? Or why I don't know, like, disagree with me. Like, tell, like, pick out specific things I said and tell me, like, I mean, not why I'm wrong, because it's an opinion, but, like, why you disagree. I would like an explanation, because I don't see it. Like, I've been, like, I tried, like, I was super excited to read this, and then it was just bad. The whole thing was bad, and this vlog is probably, like, 20 minutes long, and I'm not gonna edit this at all because I'm way too lazy, so it's just incoherent rambling, and I'm sorry for anyone who actually watched this. But yeah, I hated this book and gave it 1 star, so there's my opinion, and I don't know why I made this vlog other than I had many feelings that I wanted to talk about and rant about, and I apologize for wasting all 20 minutes of your time. But God, I'm not ever reading anything by this author again. This was more than enough. Peace, guys.